Wow, today was a very colorful show. We had a lot of fun things to talk about, and I got a little fired up. In the first segment, I was talking about, if you missed it, I was talking about how our president, Mr. Obama, wants to take away your Social Security benefits. And I don't know how you feel about that, but it kind of makes me a little upset. I discussed in his 2015 budget proposal, in that 214-page document on page 150, he discusses specifically how he wants to take away some claiming strategies that can cost you tens of thousands of dollars in benefits that you've paid for. So, that was an area that we discussed. We also talked about the markets. I'm a little concerned about where we're at relative to the timing of the year. Robert Shiller, who is a Yale economist and a Nobel Prize winner, we've only been in this territory from a PE ratio standpoint, according to his calculations, a couple of times, including 2000 and 2007. So that's concerning. You got to watch for that. And then third, we are in what's called midterm election season, where we generally will have an average drawdown of about 17%. And on top of that, we have all this. I sound like doom and gloomer, which I'm not whatsoever. I'm the ultimate optimist. But another fourth fact, I think I'm on number 4, is that we've not had a 10% correction in almost 3 years, and we average one about every 12 to 18 months since World War II. So you add all those up, and it's not a time to get super aggressive with the market. It's a time to reassess and reevaluate. And we use very strict risk management with our investments. We're kind of the anti-60-40 portfolio that most of you have. I always say, not kiddingly, I could put a blindfold on when I'm doing reviews for clients and really look at their portfolios blindfolded and know what they have specifically. And the reason is because that's just the way most advisors are taught. And our firm is kind of the antithesis of that, in that we use different strategies, risk management strategies to reduce your risk. So if you want to have a second opinion, a stress test on your portfolio, so to speak, give me a call. This is like a $2,500 value that we're offering to KFMB listeners. And we basically go through everything, go through your taxes, your investments, your insurance policies, your trust. We have our trust attorneys review your trust. We will review your taxes with our CPAs. My partner's a CPA as well. So I would highly implore you to take advantage of that. Give me a call, 877-406-CALL, 877-406-2255. We're also having, speaking of Social Security, which we haven't had in a few months, we're having a workshop this month on the 17th and 24th of September at the Country Club of Rancho Bernardo. And if you'd like to attend, just go to our website. We've got a brand new website that I'm really excited about. Go to reyesplan.com to our events page. It's REYESPLAN.com. And you can register for that or give us a call at 877-406-CALL, 877-406-2255. Well, I like to end most every show with an email. I get lots of emails. If you want to email me any questions, concerns, comments, I respond to every email. It's david@reyesplan.com. It's david@reyesplan.com. And this show's for you, not for me. I don't do this just for my health. I want to teach and hopefully make a difference in the world here, in your finances, in your life, in your personal life, whatever way I can. So please do, and please call. But I do want to read one email today, and it's from Jim from Encinitas. And Jim is talking, and the reason I'm reading it is obviously not coincidentally. We were talking about 60% stock, 40% bond portfolios, what I call kind of lazy portfolios. You kind of buy and hold and set it and forget it. And if you're in or near retirement, that's a very risky strategy. I explained earlier that during 2007, if you were in the financial crisis there and you had a 60-40 portfolio, you lost about 30%. That's not risk management. Okay. We don't design portfolios that way. We want to have very tight risk controls, participate in the markets, but make sure that we protect the downside. So we're not big believers in bonds right now. So our clients do not own bonds for the most part because we think that's an asset that's not going to make us any money and has high risk, going forward. So Jim's question is, David, hey, I listen to your show every week. Thanks for the knowledge. Real simply, I have a 60%, 40% portfolio that you always talk about. I've been with this advisor for a long time, and I'm thinking about switching advisors. And I wanted your opinion on my total portfolio, but really on the whole concept of owning bonds in a portfolio, because quite frankly, I've lost money or made very little money recently in my bond portfolio. My advisor has me in really short-term bonds because he says long-term bonds are not good right now. And I want to know your thoughts on what I should do because I'm not making any money. In fact, I'm losing some money in my bond side of my portfolio. So Jim, good question. There's an old term that I use called Occam's razor, and it's a scientific term, which basically states that when all else fails, the most simplest solution is the best. And so with that said, real simply, what you'd like to do is replace the bond portfolio, with an annuity. Believe it or not, that's one of the simplest ways to do that. And when you do that, you're basically, you don't have the interest rate risk that you would have with a bond portfolio or the inflation risk. So you're going to get a set payout. Generally in your 60s is going to be 5 or 6% of your principal will be paid out to you over your lifetime. There's many, many different strategies for that, but that's a real simple one because you know what you're going to have. And anybody who has probably less than about $3 million of assets, $2 million of assets should have some type of guarantees in there. So Jim, that would be the simplest answer. There's much more complex and more diverse ways to deal with that. So if you want to give me a call, again, you can call me at 877-406-CALL, 877-406-2255, and take advantage of our complimentary second opinion stress test your retirement plan. So that's all the time I have for today. Remember to plan first, protect what you have, and you will prosper. This is David Reyes, your retirement architect on AM 760 KFMB.
Our program is designed to not only provide insight, but to educate and to give you the tools you need to help you design and build a rock-solid retirement.
The preceding information does not represent tax, legal, or investment advice. Surrender charges apply to base contracts. Optional life income benefit riders are used to calculate lifetime payments only and not available for cash surrender or in a death benefit. Fees may apply. Guarantees are based on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the insurance company. No information presented today should be acted upon without meeting with a qualified and licensed professional. Obviously, by calling us now, you're just taking the first step toward protecting your retirement. It is important that you read all insurance contract disclosures carefully before making a purchase decision. Rates and returns mentioned on this program are subject to change without notice.